Hey everyone, my name's MDC9 and welcome to 300 Days of Hardcore Minecraft Pocket Edition. This means if I spontaneously combust, my world is deleted. Today, my goals are to make a new and improved farm, get an army of pets, create an axolotl tank, become the master of potions, and explore the new 1.18 Caves and Cliffs generation. But most importantly, Josh needs to be beat up.
Wait, what?
No, but seriously, I would like to kill the Ender Dragon and maybe even get myself an Elytra. Also, this video took a huge amount of blood, sweat, tears, and stupidity to make.
Seriously, my friends are really stupid.
So make sure to stab the subscribe button with your left pinky finger because 69% of you have not subscribed. Thanks, and enjoy the video. Oh, and like the video! I'm really desperate! Please, do it now! Please, like the video! Like the fucking video! Like it! Okay, so I did a stupid and accidentally deleted the first 20 days of footage while trying to make space on my computer. For the full story, click the unlisted video on the top right. Lucky for y'all, MS Paint exists. So now, you get to see my amazing art skills as we go through the first 20 days. During the first 10 days, give or take, I realized how terrible my original farm was, so I took it down. Afterwards, I made a much larger farm where the old villager breeder was. After I finished the main crops, I went to the nether and gathered shroomlights, only falling in lava once or twice. I got out of the nether and I put shroomlights over the water, then I put the rest of the crops in the other area. Old McDonald, I'm EIEOing it up in this bitch. Afterwards, I decided to go out and explore the new 1.18 generation for a bit. It's probably not going to be the first time I explore the new generation, but so far, it was pretty cool. Totally not glitchy. As you can see here, this is a floating lily pad that is the god of all existence. When I got back from my exploring trip, I went to the nether to get bones and heal some of my tools. When I got back, I went into the spruce forest to find a dog, but there were none to be found. However, overnight I got full chain armor from a zombie, so that will be cool for later on. During the daytime of day 221, I enchanted a fishing rod and fished. Just saying, I did get a better enchant for it later, so if you see it change, that's why. During the night, I started to work on a fishing room. I also dug out more of my minecart room. I think I'm going to make a minecart track to the tower that I plan to build. Day 222, I kept working on my fishing room but ran out of mossy cobblestone for the floor, so I went out in search of vines. This continued into day 223 where I actually got a bunch of them. I returned that same day and put the vines into my new farming area. Then I got more done in the fishing room. Day 224, I put a little bit of detailing into my fishing room to make it look better and not as cubic. Then I finished the rest of the day. Day 225, I got a bunch of animals. I tamed 3 cats and 2 dogs, which I then turned into 7 dogs. I also changed some of the collar colors. If y'all can give me names for all the dogs and cats in the comments, that would be great. After that, I realized that I had little food left, so I went over to my farm and started harvesting carrots. I finished harvesting the carrots and crafted them into golden carrots on day 226. Then I descended into the nether to get nether wart blocks for my Snoopy-style doghouse. Day 227 started with a attempt on my life that left me scarred and deformed by the locals. That I quickly extinguished. I guess they didn't like me deforested. I took that as my cue to leave and went back to the overworld. I started working on the walls for my doghouse but didn't have nearly enough nether warts, so I worked on the giant door. Day 228 I repaired my hoe because she had been used too much. Then I went back into the fire pits of hell for such a shitty joke and to get more red warts. It was then that I realized that I forgot all my food. No matter though, I can just kill the wildlife. For the rest of the day, I committed deforestation and purgatory. How this place even has trees, I have no idea, but hey, I'll take what I can get. Day 229, I finished the main body of the building's walls and the floor of the doghouse, then went to go get birchwood for the roof. On day 230, I got the roof set up, and then on day 231, I finished the walls after yet another quick trip to the underworld. This marks the build complete. On the way back to my house, I created multiple creeper holes because I was watching twitch.tv/WilburSoot. I spent the rest of the night repairing the holes created by a man who once said, "Yo! Suck it, green boy!" I spent day 232 making a cat house. Just gonna note that neither the doghouse nor the cat house have a finished interior yet. Maybe they will later on in this video, or maybe even 400 days. I just have too much to do and I don't want to risk missing any goals. Day 233, I spent moving a bunch of stuff from my old area to my storage room so I could repurpose the chest for the tower build. I also added sweet berries to my new farm. Oh, and apparently, campfires stack now! Woo! Okay, so as y'all now know, I want to tackle the tower, and what you're seeing on screen now is the items required to build it. I want to spend the next few days getting the materials, and I want to spend the next segment of the video building them. The video tutorial I used and the creator will be linked in the description. Anyways, I spent day 234 gathering the stone and oak wood items, day 235 gathering the spruce wood items, and day 236 gathering miscellaneous items. Did I ever tell you how much I hate getting stripped wood? It takes 3 times as long to get them and twice the durability of your axe. Now I have everything I need to build the tower, but I don't want to start now to make the editing easier on myself, so on day 237 I fished. I remember that I got rid of my old texture pack and got a new pack for low fire, so I went to the nether portal room to show y'all and realized that there was dirt under my stairs. I couldn't be looking like a peasant, so I cursed myself, then replaced them with the correct blocks. Day 238 I fished and realized how boring it was. Day 239 I fished and started to question my life choices. Day 240, I decided to go do something else. Oh wait, no. I fucking fished!
From day 241 to 246, I built the exterior of the tower. I'm not going to do the interior yet, and that seems to be the theme of this video. I asked Block.2 to make a building montage, and he spent a lot of time on it, so credit to him, and let's get to it. I decided that I would get the 300 days monument done, so on day 247 I went into the new 1.18 caves to get deep slate. I continued gathering deep slate as well as redstone on day 248, then returned home and hopped in the nether for some more quartz. Day 249 I gathered some glowstone and then started on the monument. On the morning of day 250 I found a pack of skeleton horses.
Motherfucker, I killed one of them. I swear I didn't hit it.
Anyways, I brought the skeleton horses to my horse pen where I then noticed my normal horses were acting like smooth brains. Maybe they were scared of their new roommates. For the rest of day 250, I finished the main body in the monument and wired the redstone for the altar. I spent day 251 mining copper, and I swear, I must have found one of those new big ore veins because I almost got 12 stacks of copper. This sign marks my 300 days monument complete. Now that I have skeleton horses, I want to bring back one of my builds from my truly survival days. I'm going to rebuild my skeleton horse rental stable in my 100-day world, but for that, I'm going to need bone blocks. So I spent day 252 in the nether trying to get bone blocks until I realized I could craft them with the bones I had at home. Day 253 I did a little bit of terraforming then built the ribcage shell. I changed the design from the original a bit so that it would look more like a ribcage. Now I need a lot of glass and I had little sand, so I spent day 254 at a desert getting an inventory's worth of sand. Then I disenchanted some of my stuff to repair my shovel. I had to wait for a bunch of the sand to smelt into glass, so I decided to do a couple odd jobs on day 255, such as maxing out my hoe and putting sharpness on my axe. Oh, and I did some waterboarding torture on this stupid sharp-eyed villager.
It deserved it.
Unfortunately, I don't have a Fortune 3 villager, so I'm working on the minecart track to the tower. I finished it on day 256 and then started smelting copper for the skeleton horse stable. I also got light gray dye for the glass. I put all the glass in on day 257 and then on day 258 I finished the stable and put the skeleton horses in their new home. The best part about this build is it's sort of modular, so if I get more skeleton horses I can easily add new sections. I finished off day 258 by working with my to-do list. On day 259 I decided that my to-do list deserved an actual room, and by God I made it out of dirt. I gave each item on my list a separate sign and I would make them all glow, but I don't have enough sacks. During day 260 I farmed my animals to build up my food reserves, and through the night I got blown up by a creeper, breaching my smeltery. So I plugged up the hole and finally decided to make my yard look like an 80-year-old's birthday cake. My poor property value. I started day 261 with planning what potions I wanted to make, then rifled through my chest to see if I could find any of the ingredients.
I'll be honest, I really thought I would have to go out and get stuff, but I found most of them, so I started making potions. Day 262, I started by going into the nether to get glowstone so I can make stronger potions. I also made some glistering melons so that I could get health pots. I finished brewing potions on day 263. I thought this would have taken longer, so I started to farm the wheat so I could farm my animals. Day 264, I started to farm my animals, but realized that if I wanted to have a good amount of food, I'd be here until 1,000 days, so I went on a trip to go kill cows and pigs. This trip ended up leading me to my old hidey hole from my early days living in the world. Nice nostalgia, but let's move on. I spent day 265 exploring the new generation while trying to hunt, however, it was raining so I couldn't really do that. I turned back on day 266 and spent all day getting home. Then I spent day 267 getting my ender chest and inventory ready. It's time for me to kill the ender dragon. I'm very nervous about this, but at least it's not the wither. I don't even want to think about fighting the wither right now. No way. Now it's day 268. It's time. I walked through the nether to get to the stronghold, then took the final eye of ender off the ground and inserted it into the frame, igniting the portal. I jumped into the portal and my game crashed. First time that's happened. Anyways, I loaded back into the world and I jumped into the portal, this time without destroying my game. Now there was no going back. It was me or the dragon. Preferably the dragon, you know? So I popped the slow falling potion and started shooting at the end crystals. I couldn't reach a few of them, so I rolled onto one of the cage pillars and destroyed its crystal, then started sniping at the remaining crystals. Then the dragon shot a breath ball at me. I jumped down, but with my snow falling, I took more damage. This was the lowest that I had gotten during the fight. And to add insult to injury, my slow falling potion ran out and I hit the ground like a brick. I threw one of my healing pots and now I was back in the fight. I pearled onto another tower to destroy the last crystal, but the dragon flew by and destroyed the dirt I was using to shield myself. Man, I think this dragon is really trying to kill me, and I ain't having that. So, I destroyed the final crystal and jumped off the pillar, hitting the dragon twice while falling. Now, it's a matter of time. I can't lose now. The dragon perched one more time, and I struck it in the head, delivering the final, fatal blow. I think you could tell I was a little excited. The dragon screamed as bursts of faded purple light shot out of its body, and then it exploded, and there it was. The egg. I covered the portal and picked it up. Then I hopped into the portal and fell onto my bed for a very well-deserved rest. Day 269, I traded out my potions for dirt and went back into the end. I wanted an elytra. I bridged up to the end gateway and tossed a pearl in, whisking me 1,000 blocks away to the outer islands. I didn't find an end city upon arrival, so now I get to die of a heart attack. Bridge across the endless expanse of black nothingness that is the void. I explored islands and bridged across the void the entire day, but I came up empty-handed. Day 270, I came across my first end city, and it had an end ship. This means an elytra. So, I stormed the city, careful to pick up any shells from the resident shulkers. Then, I got over to the ship and rushed the main hold, claiming the elytra as my own. Don't think I forgot the dragon head, though. I was too lazy and honestly too scared to walk back to my gateway, so I set off in search of another one. I didn't find one, but I did find another end city with another end ship. This end city is huge, so I explored it into day 271 as well. Okay, so yes, I am staring into this chest, but no, it is not because I am in love with beetroot seeds. The Girl Scouts came to the door and I bought 4 boxes of Thin Mints. I swear, that's like the only thing that can actually get me up when recording these videos. No, I do not have a problem, and no, I am not addicted, so stop telling me to go to therapy! I finished looting the second city, then continued on my gateway search. But of course, in true MDC9 lucky yet unlucky fashion, I found a third end city, but this time, no ship. I entered at day 272 and quickly explored it. At this point, I was tired of looking for a gateway, so I pillared up and started to fly home, and then found a 4th end city. It had no loot, but I used it to pillar up and resume flying. And then I found my 5th end city, which I looted through the majority of day 273. I finally pillared up one last time and flew back to the main island. I was so close to death here, I really shouldn't have lived. But I did, so I went back through the portal to the overworld and slept away my stress. I spent day 274 dropping off all my end-busting loot and made a bunch of shulker boxes, which I then dyed. After that, I gathered all my gunpowder and paper and turned them into fireworks. Day 275, I traded sticks, and that's legitimately all I did. Such a nice change in pace after bridging over certain death for 2 hours. Day 276, I chopped down a bunch more of the birch forest. I really have reverted all of the Team Trees efforts Mr. Beast did. Good thing I don't get anything out of throwing shit on beaches in the ocean. Yet.
I traded what sticks I could, then got my elytra maxed out. Day 278, I moved a villager to the slums so it would become a farmer. This way, I have a source of income other than deforestation, and I can get more use out of my farm. Okay, but having an elytra is so much more faster than running everywhere. Day 279, I spent AFK so that I could get farmer number 2 to grow up. Same goes for day 280, but for farmer number 3. However, when number 3 grew up, man's really faced through a wall, and so far, I can't find him. I still couldn't find the villager day 281, so after more searching, I just gave up and got a new villager. Day 282, I got the new villager into the village, but it suffocated when it came in. So now, I need another villager. So, I put yet another villager in and waited for it to grow. However, when it grew up, it was an idiot. So you know what that means. More waterboarding! I finished off the day by getting another villager into the spot. This isn't going very well. Day 284, I did some farming, then waited for the next villager to grow. The morning of day 285, I was bringing the next villager out, and a creeper blew up, damaging a good part of the breeder and letting the new villager loose.
You good? You good, homie? Hey, homie. You good?
So now, I had to take time out of my busy schedule to repair this hole. After that interruption, I put the final farmer into its pen. Day 286, I put in a simple interior to the cat house and flooring into the tower. Day 287, I dug out the main room for the next floor of my basement. I also dug out some of the space for the axolotl tank. I finished digging out the space day 288, then hopped in the nether to get more wards. Day 289, I put in the walls and farmed light blue wool. I also dyed my sheep. Day 290, I brought in another villager to get a Respiration 3 book. I stood AFK the rest of the day to get it to grow. Day 291, I spent re-rolling trades to get Respiration 3. I only budgeted a day for this, so I didn't have to get a repeat of the Sharpness 5 villager. I didn't get it, but luckily I had a single Respiration book that I put on my helmet. Day 292, I went to the ocean to get kelp. This way, I can make the tank source blocks. I also got ice for the ceiling. I got back, put the ceiling in, started putting water into the tank, using the kelp to create source blocks. This process took up day 293. Day 294, I put the floor in as well as the lights. I named my axolotls, but I still need the fuck it. I still need the pink axolotl, and I can only find axolotls in lush caves now. Thing is, I actually found a lush cave on the hunting trip I went on, and by elytra, it's fairly close. So, on day 295, I flew around looking for the azalea trees that mark the caves. I found one at nightfall and dug down, and instantly got the pink axolotl. I dug out day 296 and put the axolotls in the tank. Now all I really need is the blue axolotl, but that's a challenge for another day. I still had that librarian, so I went back to go and see if I could get Respiration 3, Smite 5, or Silk Touch, and I got the latter on the first roll. Lucky me. Day 297, I went to my stronghold and dug out a room so I could turn it into a base. It's a small outpost, but it'll do well if I need to go to the end. I worked on the other room day 298 and furnished them day 299. I then repaired my gear in preparation for the big day. Day 300, I figured I would start from scratch, so I crafted a bunch of TNT and blew up my house. All my belongings are completely destroyed. Then, I TP'd myself 400,000 blocks away to restart. However, night fell quickly and I was instantly taken out by a skeleton and a zombie with an iron sword, ending my run on Hardcore Minecraft Pocket Edition. Just kidding, it was a copy of the world. What, you think I'm gonna give up on tradition? I took some time to stare at my axolotls and found llamas in my minecarts. I escorted them out of my house and then went to the tower to watch the sunset. Then, it started thunderstorming, which ruined my view, so I went home, put a lightning rod on top of my house, then got a very well-deserved sleep. And there it is! I did it! I survived 300 days in Hardcore Minecraft Pocket Edition. If y'all did enjoy, make sure to like the video so we can spread it to the algorithm. Definitely would help me make these videos faster. And if we can hit 5 likes, I'll do a video on how we make these 100 days videos while I record 400 days. And hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, why don't you tap the button? You don't even have to hit the bell, though it would be pretty helpful. Subscribing is free, and if you actually do like my content, subscribing will make it easier to catch new stuff. Leave a comment with suggestions for what I can do next, and if I can improve anything on these videos. That would be amazing. And if you could share this video with your friends and family, that would be greatly appreciated. Just another way to get the word out there. A special thanks to Lock.2 for doing the tower montage, and thanks to Jesser101 for making the hardcore add-on. Thanks to Luke the Notable for pioneering the 100 Days genre. And finally, thank you to It's Malore for the design of the tower. Both their channel link and the link to the video will be in the description of this video, as well as my socials and other videos in the series. This includes my Discord server, which is totally active and isn't dead in any way. Please join, I'm lonely and I need friends. Huge props to you, the viewer, for taking the time out of your day to watch this. Seriously, thanks so much. Anyways, thanks again for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video or stream.
Bye, guys.